Hey, this is John Vartanian with M.A.V. Mortgage. In this video, I want to talk a little about what is going on with mortgage rates this week. Well, welcome back to the 4% mortgage interest rate. We're going to end this week right around 4%, 4.1, something in that range for the average 30-year fixed mortgage right now. Shorter terms might be a little bit lower, different types of loans might be slightly higher, but right around that 4% number is where we're going to end up. What's been happening? Well, ever since the beginning of the year, we're in the middle of February now, since about, January 3rd or 4th, rates have just slowly been ticking up day by day. Partially because we know that the Fed's going to be increasing interest rates, and it's pretty much confirmed that they're going to bump it at least 0.25% coming up in their March meeting. There's even talks that it might be even bumped up as much as 0.5% in their March meeting. That's going to be spurred on by what really happened this week is the CPI report. So CPI, Consumer Price Index, it measures inflation, right? How much something cost a year ago compared to how much it cost today. Well, year over year in January increased 7.5%. Now, we have not seen that since, it was like 40 years. I think it was even 1982, so like literally 40 years ago was the last time year over year inflation for the CPI was 7.5%. It's crazy. It's just insane. Well, mortgage rates obviously did not like that this week, and that's what has catapulted us up to that 4%, 4.1% average for the 30-year fixed mortgage. So I think we're going to stay there for a while as long as inflation is present. Obviously, the Fed wants to do everything they can do to get ahead of it, not let it get out of control, but mortgage rates do not like inflation. I should say mortgages do not like inflation, and we reflect that in what the interest rates are going to do. So inflation continuing to creep up, mortgage rates are going to creep up as well, but put it in perspective. I mean, it's 4%, the 3.5 is obviously better than 4, right? But when you buy a house, when you're getting a mortgage, it's more about what are you going to be doing with that, right? Are you refinancing and pulling out cash to pay off 15 or 20% debt? Well, 4% is still better than that. Is the fact that it's 4% instead of 3.5 going to deter you from buying that house, whether you're upgrading, downgrading, first-time buyer, whatever it may be? It's still a great interest rate. Yes, it's not what it was in December, November of last year, but it's still really competitive, still great interest rates to be doing stuff with, as long as you're doing it for the right reason. Obviously, you wouldn't just go refinance your 3 or 3.5% to a 4% interest rate and not gain something financially by that. Obviously, that does not make sense. But just think about what you're doing with that interest rate. And I do feel like we are going to be around this 4% number for a while, as long as inflation remains present. But it is what it is. Know your numbers. Be comfortable with your numbers. That's the most important thing. Focus on where's that payment going to be for you, and are you comfortable making it, and the rest will fall into place. So hopefully that sheds some light on what's going on this week with mortgage rates. But as always, if you have any questions or need anything, feel free to reach out.